How you doing, folks? We're watching a Mega Man Let's Play with me, Phil 2 Real here. So, Mega Man 1, full disclosure, is not my favorite Mega Man game. That honor belongs to 3 or 4, depending on my mood for the day. Classic Mega Man, of course. But yeah, Mega Man 1 is the first Mega Man game, of course, and you get 6 Robot Masters instead of 8. And one of them that we're going to take on first is Bomb Man. And Bomb Man and Cut Man are the easiest Robot Masters, but I like to go in the order of Bomb Man and Guts Man, and Cut Man and Elect Man, and Ice Man and Fire Man, because it provides us the ability to eliminate some backtracking. Because I think you can backtrack here, I believe, because you have to get a special item in Elect Man's stage, which you need Guts Man's ability to do to get it. But yeah, so Mega Man 1. You're hoping that Mega Man has the slide or the charge shot from later Mega Man games. He doesn't. He's very plain Jane. He can jump, he can run in the left and right direction, he can shoot, but he can't charge shot, and you can't slide yet. You won't be able to slide into Mega Man 3. So, yeah, so Mega Man is pretty vanilla here, so he might as well be called Vanilla Man. But, yeah, so let's talk about some of the enemies here. So, the enemy that here I'm trying to take out is a Joe. I want to say he's a Sniper Joe, I believe. I don't know the name of him off the top of my head. And right here, you want to be very careful with the platforming section, because the little bullet bill look copy. Oh god, I almost died there. It will explode once you shoot it. So make sure that you do not get really close to those bullets while you take them out. So don't fall into the hole and die. And it also spikes. Mega Man has a death allergy to spikes, so even if you touch it from the side or touch it from the top, you will instantly die. You will instantly die. So yeah, that's not good. And of course, Mega Man also suffers from the chronic illness that the Belmont clan also suffers from, and that's knockback. So if you're over a pit or you're over spikes and you hit, there is a very good chance that you might fall into the spikes and pit and then die. But we're getting to the end of the level, and that little door that's right there that Joe is guarding, it is what leads to the bosses. And in Mega Man 1, every one of these doors has another pathway, not another pathway, but the path includes enemies or dangers that you need to navigate to get to the boss. In Bomb Man's case, it's a ladder that I'm going to fail spectacularly and take some damage right before I take out Bomb Man. But you want to go down the ladder very carefully and not do what I'm about to do, climb back up and get smacked and then fall down. Let's talk about Bomb Man real quick. So Bomb Man's saying, I'm looking at the Mega Man and base CD data, but his saying is 3, 2, 1, kaboom. A good point is daring attitude, a bad point is high spinner, he likes bowling, and he dislikes matches and fighters. But Bomb Man chunks bombs like you're seeing, and they do explode as soon as they hit the ground. You can stay relatively close to him. He doesn't run, he just jumps. And then the Mega Buster does a wonderful job taking them out. And then when a boss is using his ability, it will continue to travel. So make sure you stay out of the way. Because if that bomb had hit me, I probably would have died with the HP level I had. And in between bosses, I do cut a little bit of the loading screen out. I'm using loading screen in air quotes. And I do save in between the levels, since this is the Legacy Collection. Guts Man is by far my favorite Robot Master here, just because of the television show. If you haven't seen the television show, at least clips of it, do yourself the favor and watch some of the Cut Man and Guts Man scenes from that show. They're freaking hilarious for an 80s or early 90s cartoon. That's what got me into Mega Man. But this section right here is the hardest part of Guts Man level. Once you get through here, you're pretty set. You basically just want to jump when the platform goes over a gap, because the gap will cause the platform to drop, and then if you're on the platform, you'll fall to your doom. So make sure you don't do that. And these pickaxe robots, we'll say, they do also appear in Mega Man X, but they only take damage when their shield isn't up, so make sure you shoot them whenever their guard is down. And then when you get to this part, you're going to drop down. There's a few pathways you can go. You can go the pathway I'm about to go, and we're going to take out these green robots. And hey, an extra life. I didn't grab it, but You'll have a split second to see where you're dropping. So if you see that you have to follow some spikes, make sure you navigate away from them. And then we'll get down here to the very end of the level. See, very short level. And then this guardian robot, I want to call it. They take out a large amount of your HP if they touch you. They take out about a third of your HP. And then we're at Gutsman's door, and Gutsman, I'm doing a little dance there. Gutsman has metals in the way, so if you just run and shoot, you'll pick them all out, and they won't get a shot in. And Gutsman. The Gutsman, you want to equip the Hyper Bomb, and you want to make sure that you land your bomb really close to him. It won't detonate right away like Bombman's bomb did. As you see there, I launched my bomb, it didn't explode, but if you can land 3 Hyper Bombs on Gutsman, it will take him out. But yeah, Gutsman's data card says maximum power. A good point, he's sentimental. A bad point, he has a one-track mind. He likes karaoke and he dislikes arguments, because I assume he's all gut to no brain. But I digress. The next robot we're going to take out, Robot Master we're going to take out, is Cutman. And Cutman, his weapon's Rolling Cut. He's weak against Gutsman weapon. Specifically, he's weak against the blocks in his arena that you fight him in, not so much the weapon. So these blocks right here, you can pick them up and chunk them, and yeah, they do, you know, quite a bit of damage provided you find the blocks. So that's what makes Gutsman's weapon so situational. It's really just to clear a pathway, or in the case of Electman's level, getting the Magna Beam. But Cutman's level it's a tie between an Electman. It's the music. I really love Mega Man 8-bit tracks with a passion. But Cutman's level is probably the easiest of the 6. There's very little spikes. There's not a bombless pit to my knowledge. So it's a very easy level to get started with. So, but the thing is the next boss that's after Cutman is the hardest Robot Master, which is Electman. And you need Gutsman's weapon to actually, you know, get the Magna Beam. So, there's that. So, make sure you run underneath this. Just keep running. Those rolling cutters won't hit you. And right here, just be very careful with these. I forget what. Well, when I look at them, I just think an enemy type from Kirby's Adventure on the Nintendo, where I think it gives you the fireball. I think when you eat them with Kirby. But I digress. We're talking about Mega Man, not Kirby's Adventure. But you can avoid them, or you can take them out. They take about 4 or 5 shots to take out, but I'll take out the ones that I absolutely need to take out, like this one, and then I'll avoid this one, and then I'll just take out this one, and then I'll avoid the one right above it, and just climb the ladder while Mega Man's doing a little dance. So then we get up here. I'm going to take out this one because I need to take it out. Climb up here, jump, and then jump up here and avoid. So you can avoid these no problem, unless you absolutely want to take everything out. But you know, I'm all for speed running at a level if I can get through it. And one of the things about Mega Man is patience is going to be your biggest ally here, because even though I'm making it look very easy, I did practice this game a few times before I actually recorded it. Well, actually, that's a lie. The first time I played it, just to get used to it, again, because it's been a very long time since I played the first Mega Man game. This is not the game I come to when I play Classic Mega Man. That's normally 3 or 4. But as you see there, I got hit by, I think I lost a third of my health. But patience is going to be your best friend here. First time I didn't do so well. The second time I started playing it, I actually recorded it, but then had an error. So this is the 3rd time playing it, and you're watching me play it. But Cutman, what's his data card say? So his data card says, and he's weak against the super arm. So you're gonna grab the blocks down there and chuck them at him. 2 blocks will take him out. He'll throw a rolling cutter. He'll jump around. He's a bit of a jumper. So make sure. Ooh, I almost died right there. I forgot about that. And then do a little dance right there and have the thing. But Cutman's very easy. If you don't have Gutsman's ability, you can most certainly take him out with the Mega Buster. So his data card says, snap, snippity snap. His good point is he's sharp and cunning. The bad point, he's stubborn. He likes haircuts. He dislikes rocks, I assume, because rock, paper, scissors. Rock beats scissors. But Electman is the hardest Robot Master. And his level is, I can't tell you if it's Cutman or Electman that I like more, but Electman's level is pretty darn awesome as far as the music, but it's also the most vertical level in Mega Man. I want to say it's also one of the longest levels in Mega Man 1, if not the longest. But the roller cutter allows you to take out these little things that, you know, hug the ground, and they basically, you'll take damage right there if you try to jump on them. But you can also shoot with your Mega Buster to stall them out. Patience is going to be your best friend in Electman's level as well, because as you're going to see, there's a lot of waiting and, you know, shooting things. These green things right here, we're going to shoot them with the Mega Buster because the rolling cutter is not going to be fast enough or reach far enough to pick them out without returning back to us. But Electman's data card says, "Feel the power of my thunder beam." Feel the power. A good point, he's responsibility. A bad point, he's twisted. Maybe likes corn. Twisted Transistor is a pretty good song in my opinion. He likes the guitar and he dislikes rubber products because probably insulation, right? But the disappear and reappear in blocks. Only 2 of them will appear at one time, so if you're on the first one, the second one appears, you need to figure out where the third one's going to go and then jump towards it, which, again, being patient, you take the time to memorize the layout, you'll be able to figure out where you need to jump and when you need to jump. And that's all Bombless Pit right there, so don't fall in that. So I'm going to climb up here, and more green robots are going to show up. I'm just going to shoot them down. And I almost make it to the end of this level without getting hit, or at least to Electman. But yeah, climb up here, and then when we get to the screen after this one, we're going to get to where the Magna Beam is, and that's where you're going to want to have the super arm to grab these blocks, chunk them, and then get the Magna Beam right there. And the Magna Beam makes a lot of the platformer sections in here a joke, because you'll basically negate Bombless Pits, you'll negate spikes, because you can create your own platform. So it's very nice and wonderful, and you'll see me use it here at the very top. But yeah, Electman's level, now I'm watching myself play it. It is probably the longest level in the 6 Robot Masters. Probably not. I feel like one of Wily Fortress's levels are a little bit longer. Certainly not as vertical as Electman's level, but it's pretty long. So we're gonna climb up here and take our time. We don't want to get smacked and fall down. Excuse me. Voice gave out there for a second. A long day. Get up here. I'm gonna get smacked by an electricity beam right here for 1 frame, and it's gonna knock me down. And luckily, falling down, there's not a Bombless Pit. The game recognizes, hey, there's stuff below us, so not one of those Nintendo games. Right here, you're gonna see me use the Magna Beam. Not yet. We still got 1 more tower section to climb. Jesus. So we're gonna go up here. We're gonna climb up here, and we're gonna go up 1 more tower section. So as you see, it's a very long level. It's an endurance level. That's why I look at it. But right here, we're gonna use the Magna Beam, and we're gonna jump over the Guardian Robot. So you see here, you may not see it because of the way the format in the video in an old Nintendo game is, but if you hold down the button, you'll extend the platform. So it's a lot longer than what's being shown there, and it uses up 2 of the energy bar to create a platform. If you let go, you reset, and then when you use it again, you use up more energy. But Electman's level, his corridor to get to him, has those electric traps there, so you gotta be patient. And Electman is very dangerous because his Elect Beam will take you out in 3 hits if you get hit with it. If preferable, you might want to just get hit by him by just running into him, because then you'll get some invincibility frame, and you can avoid dying, as I'm not going to avoid doing right here. I'm going to get hit, and it's just going to stub my toe, and I'm going to die. And we'll cut back here where I enter the room again. And as you see, Electman can be very hard, or he can be very easy, as you're about to hear. Boop, done. So he is the hardest Robot Master because he does the most damage, but he can also be the most easiest Robot Master with his weakness, Rolling Cutter. As you can see there, 1 shot hit him twice and did 2/3 of his HP. But yeah, now we're gonna go to Iceman. Iceman has my most hated level of all time, because ice physics are one thing, which in this game is not too bad, but it's the disappear and reappear in block section. I'm just thinking about it, and I'm just like dreading it. So hopefully, I do a good job of showing it off. But yeah, it's not my favorite level. I hate this level with a passion. The music's not bad, but I'm going to show here the Elect Beam in all its glory. The Elect Beam is the best weapon in the entire game, hands down, because it's so powerful. It's a cheap amount of energy. You basically get 3 shots for 1 energy. 1 going up, 1 going down, 1 going in front of you. So you get quite a bit of mileage with this weapon. And it happens to be the de facto, not the de facto, but it ends up being the weakness for a lot of enemies in the game. So this section right here, if you have the Magna Beam, you can make it super easy. So you can use the Magna Beam. I like to jump on the first 2 platforms, then use Magna Beam to make more platforms. And then when I get down here, I'm going to do the exact same thing. You can make a lot of this section very trivial. So just do what I'm doing, make the Magna Beam, make your platforms, and then jump across. And this section right here, I decided to leave it in to show my oopsie because I used the save game feature, but I didn't realize I was sliding and boop, I died right there. So I'm going to load that back up and we're going to go back. So I'm going to make a Magna Beam platform right here and just run right across. Makes this whole section trivial, like I said, and then jump on the next platform and then just continue. If you try to do this the normal way, those platforms can shoot you and knock you off, so be very careful about that. Let's talk about Iceman. His data CD says, "Can you see me, everyone?" I guess because he's wearing an Eskimo suit, I guess. The good point is he's a show-off. Okay, maybe because he wants to be seen. A bad point is he's self-centered. He likes snowball fights. I can see why. And he dislikes sauna baths because of the heat, I suppose, and melting him. But yeah, as you see there, Magna Beam made that whole Guardian Robot section, again, trivial. And I want to do a little dance because I got through that without getting hit and I have full HP. So, I'm using my Elect Beam here. I'm just going to get through this section. And even though Iceman's level is a pain in the rear, Iceman himself is a joke because 3 shots from the Magna Beam is going to take him out really easy before he can even like get his Ice Slasher to the other end of the level. So he's going to run back, and then 1, 2, and then boop, 3. He's done. And then jump right there, and very easy Robot Master. He's very easy with the weakness. Maybe without the Buster, or without the Elect Beam, he would be difficult, but with the Elect Beam, he's a joke. And I would not go through Iceman's level without the Magna Beam, because you know what? That level can go burn in a dumpster fire. And I guess by dumpster fire, that weighs very nicely into Fireman. The Fireman is the next and last Robot Master. I'm not a big fan of his music, but the good thing about going after Iceman before Fireman is you can freeze a lot of the fire pillars in this level. Elect Beam is very useful because you can take out enemies on the lower path and then take out enemies on the path that you're on, as you can see there. And with the Ice Slasher from what we got from Iceman, we can freeze fire. Yes, Megaman can freeze fire, as you can see there. And you can jump on top of it, no problem. You can touch it and it won't hurt you. But some of the timings are a little bit difficult sometimes. If you're in the heat of the moment, no pun intended, I swear. Please don't stop watching my Let's Play because of that time. But yeah, the lava will shoot out fireballs that will go up to the ceiling and it will fall down. Sometimes you can see them with the way that the game is formatted, other times you may not be able to. And as you saw there, I froze the fire, and I think I also froze the fire that was in the wall. Magna Beam makes this section very good, but let's talk about Fireman. His CD, oh my, says, "I'll fire you." So he'd be very bad for like a literal boss. Good point is he's hot-blooded, bad point he's hot-tempered. Summer camp is what he likes, and he dislikes a rainy day. Why summer camp? I don't know. Maybe the bonfire? Yeah, I guess it's the bonfire, but yeah. So we're gonna get those items, heal up. We're gonna go down here, and now that I'm thinking about, I think Fireman's level is probably like maybe the 3rd or 4th longest level, maybe the 2nd longest level. But it has potential to be one of the more dangerous levels because of the fire. But if you freeze them with the Ice Slasher, then they're really harmless. And of course, you can't see the fireballs drop from the ground, from the ceiling, not the ground. Jesus, Phil. Because the rendering, I guess, and I don't know if rendering's a good word because this is an 8-bit game. I feel like rendering it has to do with actual 3D graphics, but when you get here, you don't have to go to that section. Use the Magna Beam and avoid it. Like I said, it makes a lot of these platforming sections very trivial. and it's by far the more safer way to go. And this is the last what did I just do there? That is the last. This is the last section of Fireman's level before we get to his door. I don't know why I didn't shoot that bullet. I'm just taking these bullets to the face like a champ. But yeah, just remember when you shoot the bullets, they do explode, and you will take damage when you're near the explosion. And the elect beam will also take out those things that are on the ground. So, you know, if you have it, great, take it out. If you didn't, why are you in a Fireman's level without elect beam or the magna beam for that matter? But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use the magna beam here, cross it over safe. I'm gonna use the ice slasher to freeze the fire, and then go through the door relatively safe. So I think I should have gotten hit by those fireballs there, but I digress. So we're gonna go through the corridor. Elect beam makes quick work of these little robots that shoot out pellets in 5 directions. So we don't have to avoid it. Just take it out very easy with elect beam. And Fireman, he goes crazy. He just goes ham. He starts shooting his hit what his weapon's called. I want to say it's the Firestorm Billy. Yeah, it says Firestorm right here on my notes. But yeah, you're not gonna avoid taking damage. He just abuses the heck out of his Firestorm ability, and that's the end of this part. We beat all 6 Robot Masters, and Megaman just teleported into the void. So I'll catch you on the next part, guys, and we're gonna take on the big bad Dr. Wily.